This week on the Fish Tank, I'm on vacation, so everything is cool. Hey everyone, I'm Garrett Hallfish. Last week, we finally got our first real look at the new Civil War movie from Marvel, the Captain America Civil War. And man, that was great. First off, I want to talk about how refreshing it is that I didn't really see any teaser for the teaser trailer. They just kind of came out with it, and then all of a sudden it was this big news. And that's a really nice change of pace. I think even Ant-Man, when that came out, as small of a movie as that is, they had a teaser for the teaser trailer. And we're just getting too many of those small little bits when just come out with it. We're gonna love it. So there's no need to hype us up for something that will be hyped to begin with. So that was a nice change of pace. But man, taking a look at it, that was an awesome trailer. I mean, the Civil War storyline is a very popular storyline in the Marvel Comics. And what they did with it for the Captain America movie, so far from the 2 minutes that we can see, is really interesting. They almost seem to make it more grounded, more believable by putting Bucky at the center of it. I mean, he's been in all 3 movies, but it makes the setup easier because you already know what Bucky did in the second Captain America movie, The Winter Soldier. And that makes it really easy to understand, makes it easy to grasp, but the fact that, if you think about it, Captain America, only a few years ago, he was best friends with Bucky back in the 50s. But for everyone else, it's been this long time. But so for Captain America, it really is this recent trauma to lose his friend Bucky. And so to put him at the center of it and have him really fighting for Bucky is really a nice move. And it helps make it a little more believable that all these superheroes would fight. And what I also like to see is that I was worried that because Civil War does have so many superheroes in it, that it was going to be another Avengers, and it wouldn't really feel like a Captain America movie. And so I was always wondering, why even make it a Captain America movie? But this trailer put away all those fears and answered that for me, because if you watch the trailer, it feels like a Captain America movie. It feels like it's continuing that story arc, specifically with Captain America. I mean, it helps that if you've seen Age of Ultron, but really, I feel like even if you had just seen the Captain America movies, you can understand and piece together the story. But it's nice that it really focuses on Captain America, Steve Rogers, and so it doesn't feel like they're just putting all these superheroes in it. They're just kind of there to for the rest of the story, but it's ultimately his and Bucky's story. Now, when I've been doing some research on the trailer, I've noticed that some people are okay, well, we understand Captain America's side, but why is Tony Stark angry at Captain America? And I can understand, because usually he's kind of the one to get away with the rules, kind of work in kind of the gray area. So in Age of Ultron, Captain America and Iron Man kind of have a little tuffle, because Iron Man, first off, he makes Ultron, him and Bruce Banner. And he's once they find out about that, already Captain America's pissed. But then later, he wants to take Vision, which has already been built by Ultron, and continue the process and finish creating him so that they can fight alongside him. And there again is another tuffle between Iron Man and Captain America. And so I think if you had seen that movie, it is very believable that they will butt heads, because they just have different ideas about things. And so I think that'll be a good way to kind of believe that Iron Man would go against Captain America and not believe him about Bucky. So for those who don't know, in the comics, pretty much the whole Civil War plot comes from the government wants to control all the superheroes. They want to oversee and control all of them. And one of the things that come from about this is that they all have to reveal their secret identities. And so that's kind of ultimately the big crux of the whole argument in Civil War. But if you've noticed in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that doesn't quite work because everyone already has revealed their secret identities. Those don't really exist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And they've all been working under S.H.I.E.L.D. pretty much, so they've already kind of been unofficially in the government's control. But the trailer does a nice nod where the government wants to kind of finally put it on paper. And so it's finally at this time putting it on paper that's why people are surprised that Captain America is going against everything and helping out Bucky. And so once again, that does a good job of like frameworking the idea of Civil War, but then with Bucky behind it, put a better argument to why this can exist in the cinematic universe. Now, another fantastic reveal, I'm glad they showed it because I've been dying to see it, is Black Panther. And that costume looks awesome. I've been impressed with Marvel this whole time, where it seems like they've done a fantastic job, above and beyond what I could have ever imagined, bringing all these costumes into movie form and make them not look goofy. I mean, you think you go to a comic book convention or something, yeah, when people cosplay, that's really cool, but there's always this like slight goofy factor where it just doesn't translate to real life very well. But Marvel has done a phenomenal job of somehow making these costumes look like they belong in that world. And so to continue on with that with Black Panther, where he's like full suit, can't see his face at all, and he doesn't look like it's just Power Rangers from the 90s, that's a really incredible feat. And so I'm really impressed. And then they show off his fighting, and it looks very animalistic. Like, he doesn't look just like a human punching around. He's like flinging his legs in the air. It's really cool to watch. And so I'm excited to see what more they have in store for him. And then the fact that this trailer, it doesn't show everything. I mean, it shows the main point. It like gets the point across, but you know, there's so many more superheroes that are supposed to be in that movie. And so that's incredible that there's still so much to see. And that's what gets me super excited for this movie. And then lastly, fantastic writing, especially at the end of that trailer. The way they pieced it together was fantastic. I mean, Captain America says,
"Sorry, Tony. You know I wouldn't do this if I had any other choice. But he's my friend. So was I."
Man, it hits you right here. And, I can't believe that it's like only in a few months that we're gonna watch this movie. So everyone, please buy your tickets now. I don't know if you can, but if you can somehow like buy your tickets now, please do. We all know we're gonna love it. I mean, when's the last time a Marvel movie was really bad? I mean, they've been okay sometimes, but they've always been better than things like Green Lantern. So with that, that's it for this week. Let me know what you think of the new Civil War trailer. Please let me know in the comments. And then also, if you'd like to follow us on Twitter, you can do so at NerdMuchCom. You can also find us on Facebook via the description below. I'd like to thank you all for joining us this week. See you next time.
Good, he's finally gone. Let me tell you about the trailer. It's awesome. Totally rocking. It's not a sleeper for grandmas. We are not going to sleep during the movie at the theater. You'll love it. The guys are hot.